Hello, all my fellow Skolgers. Welcome back to another episode of Zafa Talk. If you have not already checked out the newest SkolNBolts Podcast, episode number 21, please do so. Found on the YouTube channel here, as well as on Spotify. Just search up SkolNBolts. You'll find it there. Back into the swing of things. Back to it. Like I said, thank you again to everyone for all the warm wishes, all the love for this incredibly difficult holiday season. Everyone who saw the last Zafa Talk understands kind of, what happened and how it all went. So thank you for all the DMs, the texts from my friends, those who watch this. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Now, it is week 18. The final week of the regular season. Everything gets wrapped up within the next 24 hours. My goodness. Now, to my listeners who listen to the SkolNBolts Podcast, we did our way too early predictions way back before the season started, and I said the Vikings would go 12-5. Shout out to my co-host Cactus Joe, who said the Vikings would go 14-3. Good on you, bud. Good on you. Love to see that. Regardless, though, 12-4. That's where we sit. NFC North Division champions. We all know what happened against the Packers. We don't need to spend any time on that, to be honest, because my goodness, yikes. But it is what it is. 12-5 is what I had us at. You look at it now, 13-4 sounds pretty damn good. We got the Bears. The Bears at noon, Soldier Field. And you know what? There's still an outside shot at the 2 seed. I don't expect that the Vikings are going to be able to pull it off as far as getting the 2 seed because they would obviously need help. The 49ers, who are ahead of us and have the tiebreaker, they are hosting Arizona. The Cardinals are going to town. Obviously, no Kyler Murray. Shout out to him, and hopefully his recovery goes well. But at home against the Cardinals, who are beat up, I don't see them losing, which means that would eliminate the Vikings from the potential number 2 seed. Now, number 3 seed could be beneficial. That would leave us most likely against the New York Giants, who we have beaten already. And again, at home, I like our chances. Now, obviously, some things have changed since our Christmas Eve matchup. Brian O'Neill, done. Garrett Bradbury should be back in time for the playoffs, hopefully, because we'd be down to our 3rd string otherwise. I'm talking playoffs right now. As far as against the Bears go, 3rd string center. Gotta do what you gotta do. Kirk Cousins says in practice that he was looking pretty decent, though. Now, the big question on a lot of fans' minds is, do the Vikings rest their starters? In my opinion, no. No. At the very least, you start your starters, because the Vikings still have a shot at the number 2 seed over San Francisco. It's not an easy get, that's for sure, but you're talking about number 2 seed. You win the first game, you're guaranteed a second home game. That's pretty beneficial. The one team that I don't want to run into in the playoffs on the road is the 49ers. Yeah, Brock Purdy has looked very well, but I think that it'll probably be Jimmy Garoppolo manning the sticks for the 49ers once the playoffs start, because it sounds like he's going to be good to go by then. And, I mean, he's been there, done that. He's gotten them to the Super Bowl. But that defense is what I fear, and being on the road, I fear that as well. Now, let's talk about tomorrow, or today, depending on when you're seeing this. Justin Jefferson. My man is 194 yards away from the record. Sadly, we would have been way closer, but the Packers, they laid the smack down on us a little bit. It happens. We laid the smack down on them in week 1. They returned the favor, and it was just an all-around bad game. And Justin Jefferson ended up with I think 15 yards, 1 catch. That's tough. It's tough. But what are you going to do about it, huh? Short-term memory. On to the next. Move forward. Obviously, all of us Vikings fans really want to see JJ get that record. And then there was even a shot at the 2,000-yard mark, which has never happened, obviously. But 194 yards, that's a lot to ask for. Regardless, though, I would love to end this regular season on a victory against the Bears. That would put us at 4-2 in the division, and that would be awesome. That would be so awesome. Now let's talk playoff scenarios. Realistically, here's my expectation. The Vikings finishes the 3 seed, and they take on the New York Giants at US Bank Stadium in the wild card round. I 100% believe that we beat them again. Sorry, Daniel Jones and AJ, if you're watching this, bud, no offense. But yeah, I just think that there's, we're going to take care of business. No doubt about it, buddy. No doubt about it. As far as the first seed and the second seed go in the NFC, I do believe that Philadelphia is going to take the number 1 seed and have home field advantage. Jalen Hurts, probably, front runner for the MVP race. That's where we're at. So, I like their odds. Okay, now, one last thing before I end this episode and we get ready for the game. Vikings fans, we need to have a serious conversation. It pains me to say it. We need to have a serious conversation with Adam Thielen. I'm sorry. For someone who's owed almost, oh my goodness, so much money. I'm not gonna say the figures. I won't do it. But owed a lot of money and has not lifted the finger in a way that you would expect. It is what it is. But I don't want to get into it, but we're here. We are here. And I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Vikings outside shot at the number 2 seed. Realistically, probably the number 3 seed, though, which would pin us against the New York Giants, who we have beaten thanks to a Greg Joseph 61-yard field goal. And yeah, it's going to be intense. It's going to be scary. It's going to be nerve-wracking. It's going to be fucking everything. It's going to be everything. That's where we're at. Sheesh. All right, guys. Week 18, Sunday morning. Here we go. Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you soon. Peace.